Hey, what's up guys, TechTime here, and we have some big leaks regarding the iPhone 15 Pro Max, or the iPhone 15 Ultra, as rumors say that they would call it. So let's talk about them, and design-wise itself, not much has changed, but a lot has changed. So let me explain that. The first things first is within the buttons themselves. So Apple is supposedly looking into making the buttons have a kind of the haptic feedback that they brought to the Macs and also to their Apple Watches, and now they're making them into the iPhone buttons. So there's a group of people that are thinking that these buttons might be some sort of a gimmick, and if it is, that would be very bad for Apple. And take it from this point, Apple knows what they're doing when it comes to their biggest moneymaker, which is the iPhone, right? So they're not going to take that kind of risk without knowing exactly what to do with it. So I think these tactile buttons would be quality, and I don't think a lot of people would notice the difference between a physical click and the taptic feedback that they would get. Remember, they did that before on the home button with the iPhone 7 and the iPhone 8 and so on and so forth. So they know what they're doing when it comes to that regard. Alright, so next up is the biggest kind of leak that a lot of people already know about, and that is the adaptation of the USB-C into iPhone. So it's still kind of a 50-50. We don't know for sure about anything at this point, but here's what I can say. I think that Apple's gonna do it. I was one of the people that were like, no way, no way they'll actually do it now. But I feel like Apple's gonna start adapting it slowly but surely. Only maybe to the iPhone 15 Ultra, but not the iPhone 15 or the 15 Pro or the 15 Plus. But it's gonna happen. Alright, so let's quickly switch the page and talk a little bit about the measurements themselves. So as you can see on the top of these renders, you have the iPhone 14 Pro. So on these renders, you have the iPhone 14 Pro Max as well as the iPhone 15 Pro Max or the 15 Ultra. And you can tell that the iPhone 15 Ultra is almost 1 mm thinner than the iPhone 14 Pro Max, and that may be due to the factor that the edges themselves are not as sharp, they're slightly curved. We'll see how that pans out in the actual design itself. So also zooming in on the buttons themselves, the iPhone 15 Ultra has this kind of circular cutout. Not sure what that is, but maybe that's supposedly to help out with the taptic feedback. Of course, as more renders come out, we'll get a clearer picture why that is. But as of right now, yeah, taptic feedback on buttons is happening. So yeah, the iPhone 15 Ultra seems to be slightly thinner, and the camera cutout is going to be larger. And from this render itself too, you can tell that the USB-C makes the port wider than the Lightning connector. So yeah, so basically that's a summary of what we have so far on the iPhone 15 Ultra. Seems to be not a huge redesign, but if you think about it, there's a lot of innovation that's happening with the taptic buttons, the adaptation of USB-C. Not saying that USB-C is innovative, but actually makes a lot of sense with data transfer. If you want to transfer photos from your phone to your computer, makes it faster, and overall seems to be a decent upgrade. Maybe not significant, but not too bad. Alright, so let me quickly switch to the iPhone 15 Plus and the regular 15. So it seems as though Apple is adapting the dynamic island to also all their lineups from the 15 to the 15 Plus. Now everybody gets to get an experience of the dynamic island without paying that premium price point. And if you look at these renders themselves, you can also tell that they're not bringing the taptic buttons to the 15 Plus or the 15. And also, you may not be getting USB-C on the 15 or 15 Plus, that may be only reserved to the 15 Ultra. Alright, so let me know what you guys think. With that being said, I want to thank you all so much for watching. And I'll give you guys more news as more rumors come out. So yeah, thank you for watching.